The ceasefire in Gaza is facing a major test. According to Israeli officials, the transfer of humanitarian aid into the territory was halted on Sunday after Hamas terrorists killed two soldiers. The spokesperson for Israel's prime minister provided an update on the attack this morning.
Let me share some details of this Hamas attack you've probably heard about. On Sunday, around 2:30 p.m. Israel time, the IDF announced terrorists fired an anti-tank missile and gunfire towards our troops who were operating to dismantle terrorist infrastructure in the Rafah area, which is all in accordance with the ceasefire agreement. In response to that, the IDF started striking in the Rafah area to eliminate the threat and to dismantle tunnel shafts and military structures for terrorist activities. The blatant violation of the ceasefire agreement led the IDF to respond firmly. Following the violation, the prime minister held consultations with the defense minister and heads of the security establishment, directing them to take strong action against terrorist targets inside of Gaza. Now, after days of executing their own people and our soldiers who should have never been killed during a ceasefire were dragged into the terrorist barbaric and irresponsible actions, which are the biggest threat to the Israeli and the Palestinian people. After this deadly incident involving our soldiers, we committed to responding forcefully against the brutal rule and thwart Hamas's weakening grip inside of Gaza. Now, around 6 p.m. on Sunday, Israel time, the IDF began a series of strikes against Hamas terror targets inside of southern Gaza. It led to the striking and dismantling of 6 kilometers of underground terrorist infrastructure, which was used by Hamas to advance attacks against the state of Israel. Not only were our soldiers killed in this incident in Rafah, dozens of incidents have been documented by the IDF of terrorists crossing the yellow line, which is where our soldiers were redeployed to under this agreement that Hamas has violated.
The spokesperson also responded to the delay in returning the bodies of the remaining hostages, claiming that Hamas continues to violate the deal.
Let it be known and understood, we are still demanding for the bodies of our deceased hostages to be returned by the terror organization Hamas. We know Hamas can return them, and we know that Hamas is aware of where they are located. There are 16 deceased hostages that are required to be released under this first phase of this plan. As Hamas continues to make the excuse they cannot locate them, let's make something very clear. Hamas dragged our hostages into Gaza and either murdered them on October 7th or during captivity, with the sole exception of a soldier taken in 2014. No one misplaces people they kidnapped. Any suggestion that Hamas doesn't know where the hostages are is not just an excuse, it's part of their propaganda. Journalists repeating that line should ask themselves whether they're reporting facts or echoing the narrative of a brutal terrorist organization.